Okay, in this video we're going to be looking at question 3 from the WJC additional math paper from June 2014. So the first thing to draw your attention to is that we are assessed on the quality of the written communication in this question. So be careful what you write. You don't need to write reams and reams and reams, loads and loads of sentences. You just have to be clear, you have to be concise, you have to put your units throughout, and you have to make sure your mathematical form is correct. So let's see what we've got. We've got this lovely looking shape here. You've got ADC. So ADC is a sector of the circle where A is the center. You've got AEB is also a sector, so a smaller one, which also has a center A. And we're looking to calculate the perimeter of the shape BCDE. So we're looking to calculate this perimeter. Oops. Okay, so that perimeter comprises of ED, which is 2.4, arc length EB, which is 2.1, BC, which is going to be the same as ED, so that's also going to be 2.4. So I'm just going to write that down. So BC equals DE, which is 2.4 centimeters. And we also need this value here. So in order for us to work out the perimeter, we've got 3 of the 4 sides. We need to work out this arc length here. So let's remember how we work out an arc length. The formula is theta over 360 multiplied by pi times diameter. Okay, so let's work out a few different things. So first things first, if I'm looking at this full circle, the radius of that circle, AD, is going to be these two added together. So I'm going to write that as well. So we've got that written down. AD, which is the larger radius, which is 5.9 centimeters. Okay. Let's see what we can do. We need to know the diameter for this, or if you wanted to, we can change pi times diameter to 2 pi r, because diameter is 2 times the radius. So if you've got pi times 2 times radius, you can do that as well. Okay, so if I want to find out what this length is, I need to do theta over 360 multiplied by pi multiplied by the diameter, which is 2 lots of 5.9. So I know that. I don't know that, but I also don't know the angle. I don't know this theta. So I have to use the smaller sector, AEB, and specifically the arc length, and specifically the arc length BE. So arc length BE So we're going to have 2.1 is the arc length, and that's going to equal theta, because I don't know what the angle is, over 360 multiplied by pi times the diameter. So pi multiplied by, well, the radius of this little one. I tell you what, let's draw a little diagram. So I've got one there. So B E, we know that's 2.1. I know that is 3.5, but I don't know what theta is. Okay, so I know that the radius of this is 3.5, so the diameter is going to be 2 lots of 3.5. If you want to go straight to 7, that's fine. So this leaves me with 2.1 equals theta over 360 multiplied by, and if I work all that out, I get 7 pi. Okay, so to get theta on its own, I need to do two things. I need to get rid of the times by 7 pi, so I can do that by dividing by 7 pi. But I also don't want this divided by 360, so at the same time I can multiply both sides by 360. And if I do that, I get theta equals. So I take my 2.1, I'm going to divide it by 7 pi, and then I'm going to multiply my answer by 360. That gives me 34.4 degrees. So I now have my value of theta. I'm storing that in my calculator. I'm definitely not pressing the on button because I know I need to use this again. Because I now need to look at the larger arc. So the larger arc is this arc CD. So let's draw a little diagram for that as well. It doesn't have to be any different really. But I now know this is 34.4 degrees. And I know we said that AD, this radius, is 5.9. Okay, so the arc length CD is going to be, so that's my C, that's my D. So CD equals theta, so that's the 34.4 that I had from before, over 360, times by pi, multiplied by the diameter. So don't forget that's going to be 2 lots of this 5.9. So this arc length CD is, so I'm not going to type in 34.4. I'm going to use my answer button on the calculator. So I'm going to be doing ants over 360. That means I won't lose any accuracy. Multiplied by pi, multiplied by 2 times 5.9 is 177 over 50, so 3.54. And that is centimetres because it's an arc length. Okay, notice my units throughout, degrees, centimetres. And then the final thing I need to do is to calculate the perimeter. Okay, so therefore the perimeter of, I think it was B, C, D, E, yeah. So B, C, D, E is going to be, well, let's have a look what it was. It was 2.4 plus 2.1 plus 2.4 plus this value here. So 2.4 plus 2.1 plus 2.4 plus that CD, which is 3.54. If I add those all up, I get 10.44 centimetres. Just double check that it doesn't need it to any particular degree of accuracy. No, it doesn't. So that is my final answer.